Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another classic movie night. Tonight, I will be reviewing Dick Tracy, released in 1945, directed by William A. Berke, from a script by Eric Taylor, based on the comic strip of the same name by Chester Gould, starring Morgan Conway, Ann Jeffries, Mike Mazurki, Jane Greer, Lyle Latell, Joseph Crehan, and Trevor Bardette. Now, I am a pretty good fan of the Dick Tracy comic strips. I've always loved that. And I was really appreciative of this film during its opening titles, how it shows the characters of the villains from Dick Tracy on there in their actual illustrations from Chester Gould. I mean, that was just so cool. It shows really great respect for it. And overall, this whole film really does a really good job bringing the character from the comic strip into a film version. Morgan Conway is excellent as Dick Tracy. He looks like the character ripped from the page to the screen. I mean, he is just perfect in the role of Dick Tracy. I thought he was excellent in this. As is Ann Jeffries as Chess Trueheart. She is just so beautiful and so adorable, and they have such a good chemistry, her and Morgan, as a couple in this film. And very well done with that. Now, the comical sidekick with Lyle Latell's Pat, he's a little goofy at points, but it's not to the point where he's fully annoying to where you just want him to get the hell off your screen. He's good in here. He's kind of funny in moments, which he brings a little bit of levity to the film. And that's not a bad thing, especially not in a comic adaptation kind of thing like this is. And then you have your villain, which they didn't pull a character from the actual comic strip. I don't think so, at least. I've never seen this character in there. I think this was an original character just for the film. But it is an excellent character with Mike Mazurki's character of Splitface. This character is brutal, and Mike Mazurki plays him sinisterly enough to where he is scary. When he comes into the scene and he is stalking someone about to kill them, it is not holding back on the violence that he inflicts on his victims. And that is something that is, pretty much unheard of in a film from 1945. This one was very unique for that because of its use of the violence in here. And yet, it just works. It works so well. Mike Mazurki, like I said, is a great villain. And the final confrontation with him and Dick Tracy is just off the charts. It's badass. I liked it. I liked how this one ended and everything. I do wish that a character that was introduced earlier in the story had been given a little bit more to do, given his abilities that they give him in this story. And that is the character of Professor Stalling, as played by Trevor Bardette. Now, this character, he has hypnotic powers, which would make him a really good secondary villain to be working alongside Splitface. However, they introduce him as this character, and he gets a really cool sequence in which he ends up kind of hypnotizing Ann Jeffries, Tess Trueheart, and this scene is just great.
This is Professor Stalling, Tess. Take a good look and tell me if you ever saw him before.
Of course, you've never seen me before, have you?
Tess. Look at me, Tess. Are you sure you never saw him before?
I'm positive.
Take him to headquarters.
However, that is all we get to see of this character. He ends up getting taken to being interrogated, and eventually he is killed off by Splitface. And it was just a waste of an interesting character with a very interesting ability. I mean, the way he hypnotizes Tess here was very, very cool. I kind of wish that this character hadn't been introduced the way they introduced him, and there could have been a scene later on where maybe he was working with Splitface, and Splitface says, "This woman saw me. I want her silenced. And I don't want to take the chance of having to try to kill her myself, so I want you to go to her and hypnotize her and make her forget that she saw me." I mean, that would have been a really cool use of this character. But alas, they, kill him off fairly early after introducing him. And he gets that one great moment, like I said, with Tess in there, unfortunately. That was my only drawback from this film. I think it is a very well done, well executed adaptation of Dick Tracy. Actually, I think it's one of the best. So, my final review for Dick Tracy from 1945. I am going to give this film a 9.8 out of 10. This one would have been a 10 out of 10 easy had they not killed off the Professor Starling character. Now, they could have killed him off, but they could have killed him off in a way later. I mean, they could have had him actually working with Splitface, I think. But there's a small qualm there. Overall, the film is great, excellently done. But what do you guys think of Dick Tracy? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. As a Dark Knight Fan Plus member, you have access to an area right now where you can request a movie, TV series, or ranking video of your choosing. And when that video goes up, it will go up for all Plus members prior to it going up for all other subscribers. So if you want to get interactive and help me to get more movies on here that I might not normally review, become a Plus member. Well, that's the end of another Comedy and Drama Night. If you missed last week's Comedy and Drama Night, check out the link above. Or if you missed any of the videos during Comedy and Drama Night, check out this playlist and get caught up on anything you've missed.